So, today, last time we spoke about what to eat and how to incorporate verbally. We spoke about various foods to incorporate in your diet. Have any of you changed anything? Were you able to add anything to your diet? Anything new that you were able to do? No worry if you weren't able to do, because that's what we're doing today. We're going to practically see how to incorporate what we spoke about. Thank you, Dr. Srinivas Garu, for having me again with your group, with your members. It is an honor, my favorite group, really. So I thought today we'll do a meal prep. I can show you one recipe, two recipes, three recipes. I think that's not going to really be as useful as giving you tips on how to prepare for the week, because none of us want to spend so much time in the kitchen. We don't have the time or the energy or the inclination, but we do want to eat well and we want to have things made easily. So I thought I'll give you a meal prep class. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take 2 hours a week on a Sunday or a Monday, whatever day works for you, in one at a stretch, and maybe another hour in the middle of the week. And then each day, just 10, 15 minutes to put your meals together. Not even 15, 10 minutes. Okay, so how do we do this? We bake some foods, we steam some foods, we wash and keep some vegetables, and we store them in boxes like this, and then we put meals together. I'm prepping some vegetables to go in the oven. Just wash your sweet potatoes. They are excellent source of complex carbohydrates. You can replace grains with them. Potatoes, bell peppers, mushrooms. What else? You can put your rutabagas. You can put turnips. You can put parsnips. You can put celery roots. What else you have? You have eddos. You have tapioca. You can use all kinds. And we're going to use some squash as well. Okay. And I put some rosemary. All right. So you can make different items with these roasted vegetables. And, you can make chutneys, you can make soups, you can layer them over your salads. You can do n number of things. We'll explore that. So for now, I am prepping without the seeds are not digested easily. So when you're making, make sure to cut them off, the seeds, seed them off, and they're ready to go. We're going to use mushrooms. You have portobello mushrooms, you have cremini mushrooms, you have oyster mushrooms, you have so many different kinds of mushrooms. Please use them. Do not be scared of new items in the supermarkets or your local markets. Okay, they'll really surprise you. You'll be so proud to be using new vegetables that are yum and highly nutritious. So don't worry at all. Chanterelles, anything you find, just buy them and you can just put them like this, drizzle some olive oil and put it in the oven for 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And it takes about, you could do like this. You could start with root vegetables first and then add your bell peppers, etc., so that they don't overcook. So I'm taking them back from the plate. Okay, so here, look, I have potatoes, sweet potatoes, and I have pumpkin. Okay, I'm going to add to them bell peppers and mushrooms after about 20 minutes. Okay, so that is going on, and then what we'll do is we'll steam. Now I didn't put any oil. When I bring it out in about 15 minutes, I'll drizzle some olive oil along with these bell peppers and mushrooms. You don't even need to use aluminum wrap or something to cover it. Okay, and the mushrooms are all ready. So when you're using mushrooms, I got them button mushrooms here. You can use cremini mushrooms in place of button mushrooms. You can use portobello mushrooms. Ideally, you don't want to wash mushrooms because mushrooms are like sponges. It just absorbs water and your roast will be a soggy one. So just take a paper towel and gently wipe off because they're not really grown wild. You won't have dirt. So you just wipe off like that. So that's what we have. And so when you always have one grain, either quinoa or some kind of millet or buckwheat or something in the fridge, cooked along with your rice one day a week like this, and keep it so that we can use them for our salads. Okay. So now let me use. Let me do one steaming. So we're going to do steaming of carrots and broccoli. Can I have broccoli and carrots? So you can use any colored cauliflower. You can use potatoes, any colored potatoes or sweet potatoes. Anything will go for steaming. Oh, you can use asparagus, green peas, all. So don't waste your broccoli stems. Just peel off the hard part and see what it is. So use your steamer every day, or at least when you're prepping, each time you're prepping. Okay. So we're going to start off with hard vegetables. So when you're steaming, remember the steaming time. Some steam longer than the others. Broccoli takes less than 10 minutes, whereas carrots may take about 20 minutes. So look, I'm just putting them as they are. Okay. Can you see it? Can you see what I'm doing?
Yes, we see it.
Oh, lovely. You are welcome to ask me questions as I'm doing.
As you know, I have someone here in the chat asked a question. Instead of baking it, can they do it in microwave or can they do it in air fryer?
Yeah, microwave, definitely not. Air fryer, I am not too sure. Somehow extreme heats make me, worry about losing a lot of nutrients, a lot of research to be done. Dr. Srinivas might be able to tell us, safety of the air fryers. He must have done his research, I'm pretty sure. Dr. Srinivas, what do you say? I don't feel comfortable personally myself. I like using the oven, because, there's something about caramelizing the sugars in the vegetables, right? It takes little time, and
yes.
the sweetness and the flavors will come out a lot better, I feel, when you bake, when you roast your, well, you know what, that's why I put it first, yeah, so that it does its job on its own while we do other things. So I don't see why microwave definitely not. Air fryer, I'm not sure yet. I personally haven't got one, and I won't get also. Okay, so I'm putting carrots first. Make sure that there's enough water in the bottom of the pan, and here, so there. And so then let me put one soup for cooking. Okay, so mixed vegetable soup, and then what you can do, you can add your legumes of the day, or maybe you want to just top it with some avocado, your soup, and that will give you enough protein. Or you can just top with some sprouts. Okay, so I would make like one bowl of soup a week. Eat it for 2-3 days, not every day, obviously, but at least 2-3 days soup. So do you all generally cook daily, or you like this idea of prepping once or twice a week so that you can have easy time? See, vegetables, the fresh, we're going to use these steamed vegetables and roasted vegetables along with your fresh vegetables, lots of greens and microgreens and fresh tomatoes and avocados each day when you're putting your meals together. Okay, so I got the onion. I'm getting a little garlic, and what else do we put in? Huh? The it వచ్చేసి ఇది peel చేసే. We all use noon kohl. Call it kohlrabi. Peel చేసే అవి. And any soup, you can do the same thing with carrot soup, with beetroot soup. You can put mixed vegetable soup. Basically, you want to have a little bit of onion, a little bit of garlic, and some herbs. Sometimes rosemary works. Sometimes rosemary works. Sometimes thyme works. Sometimes just parsley is fine. And you want to use some root vegetables. I'm using here carrots. I'm going to use noon kohl. I'm going to use some, I don't have anything else. You have sweet potatoes there? You have potatoes, sweet potatoes? Okay, so we're just going to use carrots and noon kohl here for, and I'm going to use bell peppers, and I'm going to use mushrooms, whatever we have, put them all together and have a nice soup. It's mixed vegetable soup. I can use cabbage as well. So that is going to be the soup of the week. So I'm starting a bowl of soup here. I'm going to use coconut oil. Okay. Or you can use avocado oil. Avocado oil can take high heat. Okay, so use avocado oil. We don't have the luxury of avocado oil. We have the luxury of coconut oil and sesame oil, but use what you got there. Okay. So mirepoix, now the French term for popu. That's what we're doing here for tempering. Even when I was in college, when I was in university, I would do this. Just do, it's so nice to come home to know that you have food already there. You just need to warm up slightly or just put together and you have this luxurious meal. Okay, so here is noon kohl, kohlrabi. I'm going to use some more carrots. And do you, I'm sure you all make sprouts already. So make sprouts at least twice a week. So that so when you're sprouting, it's really important that you pick out the ones that don't get soaked properly. And also you want to pick out the ones when you sprout them that don't sprout well. They cause mold, and it is harmful to eat molded sprouts. And also when you have one sprout that's molded, there'll be like a bunch of them that get molded. So watch out for that. Okay, so here is the soup. It's already smelling great. Some black pepper, some salt, and some red chili. Can I have some red chili? Thanks. It helps to have help. Cabbage is a fantastic vegetable, available all year round. Use either of the colors. It's a good prebiotic. We want good prebiotics and probiotics. I hope I hope some of you started to make vegan yogurt. Yeah, have you? I heard someone.
No.
So using tomato for the tea.
How do you make vegan yogurt?
Oh, so we make here coconut yogurt with coconut milk. We heat up coconut milk. There's a recipe on my YouTube channel. Please check it out, but I'll explain. Make thick coconut milk, or you can buy your coconut milk in a can or Tetra Pak. We have the luxury of fresh coconuts, so we squeeze them. Take about a half a liter of water for one coconut, and we make thick milk and put it on the stove and heat it up like you would heat up milk. Yeah. But then you have to keep on stirring it so that it doesn't get curdled. So when it's really hot, when it's almost starting to boil, you turn it off and let it cool. Let it cool to lukewarm temperature, and then add a starter, just like how you would start, like how you would add a yogurt starter. So add yogurt starter and let it ferment overnight. And the next morning, you won't see like a thick yogurt, but you will see a fermented coconut milk, and that you can be using like that. But if you want like a thick yogurt, put it in the refrigerator in the cold temperature, so all the fat will come to the top, and the watery part goes to the bottom. So you scoop out with a slotted spoon the thick part and keep it in a separate container, and watery part in a separate bottle. And you use it like buttermilk and curd, and both of them are excellent for you. The watery part has so much probiotics that even a couple of ounces a day will do you got really a big favor. So like I would make once a week or twice a week that yogurt and keep it. And you have also available in the stores there. You don't need so much. I like creamy. I mean, I'm a vegan, so
Flavor, coconut flavor, probably.
yeah, something. Well, okay, when it's fresh, it doesn't have so much coconut flavor. You'll be surprised. But as it sits longer, like to third, fourth, fifth, sixth day, you will have coconut flavor. But initially, it won't have coconut flavor. It's rich and creamy and nice. I crave for something creamy, so I enjoy that. I eat it with bananas. Okay. Oh, it's just so good. For breakfast, a lot of times.
Initially, you have to use regular yogurt, milk yogurt to make a yogurt.
Yes.
Each time you use yogurt, not the one that you already.
No, okay. No. You use only the first time you use your milk yogurt.
Okay, then you can use the. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, you must try it. So good. Okay. So good. It can go in your smoothie bowls. It can go in your smoothies. It can go just as a snack. It can go with your rice or however you want to use. We make raitas at Vibrant Living all the time. At least 2 to 3 times a week in our meals, we have coconut yogurt raita. We use, with spring onion. Sometimes we make with pineapple. Any kind of raita. So the steamer is working, oven is going, oven has the vegetables. I'll take another 10 minutes to put the next batch of vegetables into the oven. Basically on top of that, I'll just put it and put some drizzle, some oil, and that'll be done. So the carrots are steaming here. I would put beetroots also sometimes, sweet potatoes, whatever you want to do that. And now let's do a couple of sauces, okay? We need something to spice up, something to make our meal fun. So these are all kind of on the bland side, except the soup that we have added some spice, but otherwise they're the basics. And now we will do a couple of sauces and chutneys. That way you have that in a jar, and then you can just put it up. Put on your meals as you desire. Okay, so let us make, I know pesto means you don't have to eat pesto only with pasta, okay? You can eat pesto with your steamed vegetables also. I'm using pesto, I'm doing pesto here today because pesto is versatile and easy to make, and it uses cold pressed olive oil that is extremely healthy for you. So I'm using cashews. You can use pecans. Vinaya will send you a recipe on this. I am going with what I feel works. So basically the same weight in oil as cashews and also the leaves. So pretty much that's how it works. So put all the ingredients together. If you have a hand blender, it's fantastic. Just put done. Okay, so I added garlic, olive oil. It's a vegan one, obviously. It's a vegan kitchen. So we're not using any Parmigiano or any other cheese here. Okay. Olive oil, cashews, garlic, and fresh basil leaves. And because we like it spicy, I'm going to use a little, this is black pepper. I'm going to use a little tiny little red chili as well. Okay, check this out. Cabbage soup. We all use this mountain village. Can you believe this is done? A little bit of lemon. You need a tiny little bit of lemon, and it has a little less salt. So, okay. Squeeze in a tiny little lemon here, Vinaya, and then this is ready to go. Okay, mix it up and put it in a jar like this. Don't let it heat up too much. Use a good mixie and blend it, and you have a sauce. And imagine you're eating greens and you're eating it, and you're eating such rich sauce. It's very flavorful. Here, soup. The carrots got caramelized. I added 1 liter of water, and I'm going to add some cabbage to it, and it's a basic soup. There you can use rajma, cooked rajma, chickpeas, or you can even use, sometimes when you are at the end of the week, when you have mung beans that are sprouted, but they're not as awesome as the first and second day, you can just add those to your soup. Okay, you don't have to waste them. Don't use the molded ones, but little, the tails are a little withered. You can just put them in the soup and still enjoy the protein of it. Okay. So now we have one kind of chutney done, and the second one today that we're going to use is cabbage and tomato chutney with soaked. We're going to use sesame seeds. You can use soaked almonds. You can use soaked pumpkin seeds. You can use, any kind of seeds and nuts. The idea here is that we use seeds and nuts for their protein value and other goodness like selenium and zinc and all that good stuff. And it's one of the nicest ways to have those seeds and nuts is in your chutney. So don't cook it, soak them, and just grind them up in your chutney. Okay. For our chutney, I want to use enough. Yeah, sometimes the problem will be that you won't have enough stoves, stove tops. See, we have, I smell sweet potatoes so nicely. They're half baked. Now I'm going to add, you might want to add some onion too to this. Look, I'm adding bell peppers to half baked potatoes, sweet potatoes, and I'm putting mushrooms just as they are. You can use some mushrooms in your soup as well. Okay, now I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil. This is a very thin, sorry?
You don't put salt at all on these when you bake
Not
the
right now, not right now. Once they come out, I'll add a little bit of salt. Now, if I add salt, it'll get watery. Yeah, yeah. So once they're baked, I will have salt, obviously. But right now, I'm using some herbs. Okay, podugo onion. Yeah. Little bit of onion. You can put some garlic here. So I'm using big chunks of onion. And if you have children at home, you can eat these baked or roasted vegetables on your veggies, on your salads and grains and beans and legumes. And children, you can make pasta. So yum, you can make roasted vegetable pasta. I'm going to put, I see some tomatoes, some cherry tomatoes. I'm just going to put them as they are, just a few. You don't want to put too many because the juice from these tomatoes may make your roasted vegetables a little watery. Oh, it looks yum. Yeah. Okay, so those are gone. So keep a timer for another 20 minutes. That should be done. And in the steamer, I'm adding the next batch of vegetables. Yes, broccoli. There. So I have the carrots. I put the carrots whole so that I can cut them into whichever form I want later. So here. So broccoli takes hardly 5 minutes. So depending on how tender your broccoli is, 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, there. And the soup is going. It started to boil. So I'm going to add some cabbage to it, chopped cabbage, and some mushrooms, a mushroom specific. Chopped mushroom. And if you're a meat eater, you can still eat a lot of vegetables along with your meat. But I suggest that you use vegetarian proteins like this. It looks like meat even. You can make cutlets with these. When you have it boiled, maybe you can make cutlet one day or 1 week. You can make falafel cutlets and keep them in the in the refrigerator for a few days, or you can even freeze them and use them for your protein sources, or you can just use them as they are, like this. Okay, and you don't have to make hummus only with chickpeas. You can even use rajma for it. Okay, so here, some mushrooms. I'm adding some mushrooms. That's it. Iberki. Pachadi. Okay. All right, now let's start. A pan is just and I'll make the pachadi. So at least 2 sauces a week you should make, and then have sprouts. Sprouts up. Have at least 2 sprouts, 2 kinds. I have here moth beans, and mung beans. Okay, so you have 2. Sometimes chana also is good. You can use chana. Okay. So for your chutney, you can do the same thing you would do for your regular chutneys. Do a little tempering with your regular spices like your jeera, cumin, jeera, mustard, garlic, etc. Or you can just saute with none of that and blend it off with some green chili or red chili and some something sour like amchur. Today we're going to make cabbage chutney with cabbage, tomatoes, curry leaves, and we're going to use sesame seeds to make it creamy. I'm going to use sesame oil for tempering today. ఇది తీసేవా ఈ డబ్బాలు కనిపిస్తాయి అప్పుడు. Just use 1 spoon. Okay, when I'm sure I don't have to teach you how to make tempering. Must be better experts than I am. Got the curry leaf and cumin. Mustard goes first. Yes. Okay. I'm going to use some chana, some urad dal, cumin, 2 tablespoons of chana dal, 1 tablespoon of urad dal, about your size cloves, about 2 big cloves, and I'm going to use red chili. I'm using, these are not very spicy, so I'm going to use 4. Curry leaf. Are you thinking he has so much help? That, but Vinaya is just showing you, so she is not considered help, right, Vinaya?
Your both help is very good, very attentive. Both helpers.
Yeah, no, Vinaya is basically your helper. She's helping you. And Govin here is chopping up for me, and that's because I have to talk to you. I'm just justifying that you can do all of this at the same amount of time. Because when you're making for yourself, you don't have to talk to anyone, right?
So one of the Kishan uncle has put a note that enjoy your luxurious life in India, having a help,
I know, but you know what? I know. I mean, yeah, it's really a luxury. But, I think I would find, I did, by the way, I'm a little different because I give so much importance to food and preparation of food and eating well. I used to have help just so I have help in the kitchen, or that help can do other things so that I can spend time in the kitchen. And I would literally look for a help while you're cooking, like this meal prep. Find some, some person like a, how do I say that, teenagers, holidays, right? Summer coming up, spring holidays, whatever. Have them come and do for a couple of hours, help you for a couple of hours in the kitchen. Bribe your children, grandchildren to come and help you in the kitchen for a couple of hours. It's fun, and things happen, and it's so much easier and faster when you have a couple of extra hands, right? And it's not. I think it's so worth it. Listen, if you were to see, you may have to pay like $15 an hour, maybe nowadays $20 an hour. I'm not sure, but that $40 that you'd be spending in a week, you'd be saving so much in buying ready-made food from the stores, from the restaurants, or worse yet, when your health is not doing well on medication and stuff. So, spend money on food and time on food, and find help. There's always a solution when you actually look for it. You'll find it. And saying that, oh, it just takes so much time, or I don't have, I don't have the energy. But then how are you going to find energy if you're not eating well? So, find ways, find smart ways to, because we don't think that it's spending money on food maybe is not that important, but it's super important. Okay, so I'm going to put some salt. It's smelling good. I'm sorry that you can't smell.
Did you put garlic in this? Did you put garlic?
Yes,
okay,
I did.
Okay, good.
Yes, that's why it's smelling so good. Garlic and all the curry leaves and red chili, everything is smelling so good. I'm just braising it a little bit. I'm going to use tomato to make it sour. You could use, amchur. You can use, I don't like using tamarind because it causes acidity to a lot of people. But you could use green mango when it's in season, amla, lemon. You have so many different kinds of lemons. When you go to local markets, you get mare lemons and kefir limes, yuzu lemons. You have so many different kinds. So use them, utilize them. So now we have the oven going. The chutney is getting cooked, and I got the steamed vegetables. So we're going to just put it in one of these dabbas and keep it in the. I'm just cooling it right now. You didn't have to even put it in a container like that. I mean, in a pan, it would go straight. So use these Pyrex containers because you can see what's in the refrigerator. So you don't have to open the dabbas and see, right? They'll be inviting and you will know what is there. So there. Okay, you have one more dabba ready for the week. Okay. Now, while they're cooking, how about we make breakfast bowls? That also can be done once in a few days. I would do chia seed bowls, acai bowls, and stuff like that. Maybe I make 2 portions at once so that I can eat today and tomorrow. It's like overnight oats, right? So you can do that. All right. So this is chia seed pudding. There is a recipe on my channel. If you don't want to make fresh almond milk, which is actually very easy to make, but if you don't want to, buy the best kind that's available, read the ingredients and see that they don't have too many sugars and additives, etc., and simply add chia seeds. Chia seeds, whisk it, and keep it in the cooler for about few hours, 2 hours, 1 hour, it'll get nice and porridgey. Okay, you can leave it overnight also, and have it as a meal. So you have good omega oils, proteins, etc. So I'm trying to see how I can show you. Okay, yeah, here. Okay, this is your bowl. I would use, see, this is millet muesli. Okay, so you can also make your own muesli, but you have many varieties of mueslis available there. So, okay, and yeah, seed pudding. I would use some, you have frozen berries, you can use those, fresh berries, you can use them. We got mulberries here, so I'm going to use some mulberries. Okay, and I'm going to use some grapes.
Flower ball, playa ball હતું ને એવું બનાવે.
What's that? Okay, so you have some whole grains with lots of fiber. Those are millets, and you got fruit, you got seeds, chia seeds, you got almonds. Okay, imagine all the protein, calcium, omega oils, and the joy of tasty food that you'll be getting. Okay, so you can make this and eat it immediately, or put it in a jar for the next morning, so it's ready. So I have some exotic fruits here, just to not to show off that we have it here, but to tell you that you too can get it. I used to get it in New York and in Toronto, in places like Jamaican markets, South American markets. They have their own fruit. I know it's imported and stuff, but what are we going to do if we live in countries with half a year of winter, right? So gotta keep it. So buy some from places like that. Maybe once a month you can go to one of these Jamaican places, or some ethnic places, and buy them. They have guayabana. This is called guayabana. Okay, so you can buy guayabana, you can buy sitafal. There is a company in America. When I was living there in Miami, I had all the access to exotic fruits. A lot of people didn't know. People who lived there forever didn't know also, because I was looking for it. I found them. But now I see a company called Miami Fruits. All the fruits that you're missing from India, you'll have them there. It's called Miami Fruits. They're on social media. They have a website. Okay, isn't it easy? Okay, fully ready. You can put apples, you can put pears. This is one kind of a bowl. Okay, so I put muesli, into chia seed pudding. Chia seed pudding is nothing but almond milk and chia seeds. Okay, so I would make like a couple of bowls like this. Okay, and keep it. Minty అందులోంచి mint చిక్కిలోంచి. See, this is one bowl. We're going to make another one now. Okay, so that's one. Get me another bowl so that I can. So what do we do next one? We're going to put almond butter and coconut buttermilk. When you make coconut buttermilk, or coconut yogurt, you will get buttermilk like this. Okay, and I'm going to use that as a base. We don't need to use too many dishes. Okay. Few bananas. All right. And make double portions. Nothing will happen. It'll get yummier. Okay, these are small. You can use greens in here. Okay, I'm using some strawberries. Oh yes, thank you. So lacinato kale is my favorite kind of green. It's loaded with nutrition, and you have such easy access to it. Please use it. Okay, so here, we grow them here. Look, lacinato kale. I know it's not going to look too pretty. Okay, now it looks pretty. By the time it grinds up, it's not going to look so pretty. And I'm going to use some, since we use chia seeds there, let's use some flax seeds. If you eat like this, I promise you will not have, oops. You want to have, okay. And oh yeah, favorite hemp seeds, you see. Hemp seeds. Hemp seeds have 1/3 of its weight in protein, 1/3 of its weight in good fats, omega fats, and the rest in all kinds of vitamins and minerals. So I got the coconut buttermilk loaded with probiotics. I have bananas to make it sweet. You can add soaked dates to make it sweeter. And I have some flax seeds, hemp seeds, and kale here. And I'm going to use a little bit of almond butter. Actually, I'll make the almond butter. I'll put the almond butter over in the bowl to make it special. Okay. See how pretty? Okay. Okay, I'm going to add, wait, more bananas and some berries and to make another layer of it. Costco has fantastic frozen berries, organic ones. See? Thank you. So make your food pretty. Oh, they can't see, right? Yeah? They can? Okay, I'll show. Adding some almond butter. Can't see, huh? Can you see what I'm doing? No. Let's see. I know I might be, oh, what can I show? Chubit, no Chubit. But anyway, it's not, I'm sorry. You can make, yeah, see, like this, you can keep them, you can make 1, 2, or 3 varieties of smoothies and keep it for 3 days. If you're using high power blender like Vitamix, the nutrients will stay intact as much as possible. But if you're using some low powered smoothie blenders, then a lot of heat will be generated while blending. So you will have not an easy time. I mean, not many nutrients will be intact. Okay. Okay, so this is how you make smoothie bowls. I put little almond butter into green smoothie and berry smoothie, and I added some muesli and decorated with some seeds and nuts, and that's it. All right, that's enough. Okay, so smoothie bowls, overnight oats. If you want to eat oats, try and get gluten-free and organic ones. If you have no intolerance to gluten, I guess it's okay to have regular oats, but use rolled oats, never quick cooking. Quick cooking is like your white rice, pretty much. Okay, now, so let's remove all of these. ಇದು breakfast someone's pieces. So then I'll just show some assembly of how to make. Now we have all of these roasted vegetables, steamed vegetables. We have the grains. We have the cooked legumes, and we have sprouts, and we have salad vegetables. This is all going in the refrigerator like this, and each day you will, you'll put them together. Your meal. Now I'm adding salt to our roast vegetables. అది ఇంకో డబ్బా ఉంది చూడు ఆ డబ్బాలో వేసే. So sweet potatoes, you have a choice of peeling or not peeling. These are organic, which is just fine to use. Cutting board like this. You put them onto one side, the sweet potatoes, and then your potatoes. Okay. Still hot. I suggest that you wait until they get little cooler, okay, so that they don't sweat in your Pyrex container, that it come to room temperature. But make sure to enjoy them fresh, roasted, and hot when you make them. That day is your feast day, basically, the day you roast them. Okay. Potatoes that side. All the potatoes. They're all nicely, perfectly roasted. They cut so smooth. Okay, give me another bowl to use these. Sridevi? You don't want to char them. Charring means carcinogenic. So you don't want to char. You can make roasted bell pepper chutney. Today we are making cabbage. Another day you could make roasted bell pepper and tomato chutney. Okay. All right. And we have the mushrooms. Put the pumpkin also with the potatoes. So I guess not like 2 hours, but yeah, get a spoon. Vinaya is not my kitchen help. She's been generous and trying to help us in the kitchen. So these mushrooms, I miss all varieties of mushrooms that you have access to there. We are supposed to have good morels and stuff, but we don't get them. And if we do get them, they're price of gold. So not able to use. There's your mushroom. Yum. Okay. There's a feast right here. And when you're washing your lettuce, wash it at once and spin it. Do you all use salad spinners? Yeah. There. So it's a little salad spinner here. Put salad spinner. You put washed greens and spin. Take out the water and again put these in a Ziploc bag or a Pyrex container. All right, we have our roasted vegetable bowls and we have steamed vegetables. Okay, let's open them all. Okay. Rice. We got also brown rice. Some of you may be cooking brown rice at home. Let's put this in the blender. So here we have the chutney part all ready. A soup is ready. I'm turning it off. What time did we start? So it's been 1 hour, right? It's been 1 hour. We have all of these ready, okay? Just assume that you have one help, one hand. Okay, do we have salt here? So here I'm using sesame tahini. You can use just sesame seeds, or you can use soaked almonds or pumpkin seeds, any raw seed or nut you can use. I'm using about 4 tablespoons. So we have the cabbage, tomato, and sesame spread dip chutney ready. Okay, and I'm going to use Vinay's help. Maybe go with no, if it's just help tea. So see, in 1 hour, how many things that we made here? And it takes literally 15 minutes for you to, maybe 10 minutes for you to put your meals together each day. And they're going to be nutritionally balanced and uber delicious. So let me show you how to put them together. Let's say, okay, we understand that we have the breakfast bowls like this. Let's say you don't want a sweet breakfast. What would you do? You can have a savory breakfast by doing this. Some leaves, okay, sprouts, and okay, some tomatoes. Can I have some tomatoes? Vegetable fiche. They're just a vegetable plate, the whole vegetable plate. Okay, and can you imagine the taste of this with a little bit of lime and the chutney that we just made? Can you feel it or no? Namakai chakka. Is this breakfast good enough on a weekday? What do you say, Dr. Srinivas? I see a big smile there. So that's breakfast. And you could have some roti with it. We have jowar roti here. You could do the exact same thing rolled up as a tortilla wrap or a burrito for lunch. And maybe you want to have two. Don't worry about the quantities, okay? Just focus on the quality of the food, and then the quantity, your activity, your appetite, your metabolism, that will that can guide you. So that's one breakfast. Or so here we are using our roasted vegetables, okay, to make a roll. That can be, it doesn't matter breakfast, lunch, dinner. I think the point is that we have, whole foods, a lot of fiber in our diets. Okay, so what else? So what I put here, the spread and roasted vegetables, and I am using these are kidney beans, and I'm going to use, okay, and I think we need to add a little spice here. Okay, why don't we use some pesto, some flavor? Okay. So, yes, it does look delicious, and I can promise you that it will taste delicious as well, because we use nice spices in our sauces, and we have roasted vegetables here. Maybe it needs a little salt, because I didn't add salt to the pinto beans, the rajmas. That's it. So there you go. And I'm going to have a little vegetable salad with this. So we got the protein. I didn't add sprouts to this. I only added the rajma. You don't want to add too many kinds of proteins in one meal, because it needs different enzymes to digest, and you'll have a hard time digesting if you put too many different kinds of proteins in one meal. So one kind of protein would do, and I would put some more. You just plan your meal. It doesn't really matter how many different vegetables. Only what matters is how many different kinds of proteins that you're using. Okay, so I put some sweet potatoes, and I'll put some microgreens. You can grow these microgreens. I have a video on the channel, so you can grow them indoors as well. Okay, and I think it's just needs a few more vegetables, and it will make a small lunch. Or do the same thing. You use 2 tortillas, 2 rotis, you know, or one big Ezekiel bread roast or toast, and you have a nice meal. Okay. Itu sih cucumbers na. So I won't cut up cucumbers ahead of time. They get watery and they get smelly. It's not a good idea, but you can. Here, another small meal. Okay, put it there. Okay, another one. What you can do is get our annam papu. You can make hummus with this. Oh, there. Oh, that's too little of rice. I'm not exactly saying that you should eat so little, but yeah, better to eat less than more. Rice, so some potatoes, some sweet potatoes. Ooh, we can feed a crowd here with all of this food today. Too bad it's night. My staff are gone. Most of my staff. Okay, and some mushrooms and broccoli and some of our famous chutney. Thank you. Can you imagine a meal like this? There's rice, dal, the cabbage chutney, and the salad with roasted vegetables and fresh vegetables. Put it down. Soup ఒక బౌల్లో పోయి మంచిగా. And we will have a grain salad. For this, I want to use the bowl to dress it up. Quinoa or any grain as it is a little boring. So we're going to dress it up with some salt, pepper, olive oil, and then add some nuts, seeds, and legumes. And we call that Buddha bowl. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to use chickpeas in here today. All right, and I want to use pumpkin seeds. Yeah, pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds. These are soaked and dried pumpkin seeds, so they're crunchy and nice. And into this, I could add green chilies chopped up. Oh, okay. Or you could use habanero chilies, use small portion of it, obviously. And I'm not adding any more of proteins in here. Okay, our steamed carrots. And some bell peppers. You can plan ahead, like you can write your menu ahead of time, and Monday menu, Tuesday menu, cutting board itself. Like this. I'm using some roasted onions, bell peppers, and mushrooms into our Buddha bowl. You can add some coriander, you can add some mint to this, or you can even add kale. Did you know kale can be massaged with some salt and olive oil, and it's like cooked. It's like cooked. I am adding some microgreens chopped up, and a little. This is very tender kale, so I'm using it directly. Okay. What do you think? Vinaya, I need your help. I found black sesame seeds here. Should we try this? There. See how many meals we are able to just put it together. Put it together. Here, okay, we got, so soup can be had with jawar roti, okay, or your whole grain tortillas, or Ezekiel bread, or a sourdough loaf, or just some roasted sweet potatoes is fine as well. We have, okay. So, Vinaya, and look how much more we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 meals we put together there, and some breakfast items. And how many? Look, the whole week. It will be good for 4 days. What we have made for everyone, for 2 people in the family. So, it's not that hard, I think. So now whatever is left, immediately put it back in the refrigerator, nicely wrapped, put the lids back on, and then bring it out and don't have to bring out everything like this. Plan in the menu and, incorporate, one kind of a protein in each of the meals, and then have good fat. It could be avocado. I don't have ripe avocados, but avocado will bring everything up to a higher life if we had it here. So avocado as a fat, or soaked almonds or almond butter, and tahini as fat, and chia seeds, flax seeds in your meals as a fat, and olive oil. So that's fat part. And then you want to have some vegetables and lots of greens. So use kale, collards, Swiss chard, rucola, watercress, whatever you can find that is in season and, and fresh in the market. Just get them and use it. Okay, and please let me take some questions if you have any, and I can just go on and tell you what you could make with this. In that soup, there's no protein, so we are going to add some beans there. I haven't added beans. So, let's say in your family, somebody eats chicken. So leave them this soup as it is, without any protein in it, without major protein. There is some protein, obviously, there's mushrooms and stuff, but a bigger source of protein. Let them have the chicken or fish or whatever, and you have it with rajma like this. Okay, about 80 grams. would do. Okay. And drizzle some olive oil over, and there is your soup. Okay. And this quinoa can be used with, with your dal. And I would use pesto, sprouts, and quinoa, and some greens. That would make a meal as well. Shall we just make it? I think we made one. That's with, I used it with chana. And so you don't have to use chana this time. You can use sprouts and microgreens and pesto. That is another meal. Okay. I'm using both the sprouts this time. These are mung beans and moth beans. They're same family, so it won't have so much of a problem digesting. I'm adding a little bit of, we're going to add pesto, so there's no need for olive oil there. And I will use some lettuce. I'll use chopped up lettuce. And some potatoes. We haven't used potatoes. It's getting so soft. So did you know that potatoes have a lot of protein as well? Maybe not like your high source of proteins like rajma and stuff. During the Irish famine, they survived just fine by eating just potatoes for such a long time. So you can actually survive on potatoes. There you go. I think potatoes got bad name because of frying that they do in every culture, not just aloo fry for us. It's French fries. It's one fry or the other. So, okay. I think I want to transfer it into a bowl. It's not looking good. Or you can keep it like this in the refrigerator. Okay, done. One more meal there. All right. What do you think, everyone? Are you all getting hungry? Is it? or is it too colorful? Sometimes too colorful, maybe just too pretty, and maybe not so appetizing for me. They all look amazing, and each time, meal making will be fun if you prepare ahead like we did today. And I hope it wasn't hard. I think in less than 2 hours, I think we did a lot here. Just the keys that we have the right ingredients available and handy. So chop and keep them ready and spend some time. And Dr. Srinivas is putting a program together to train some people to come and help you out in your homes, for a couple of hours. Honestly, you don't even need 4 hours unless you need help cleaning up, which should take an hour. So 3 hours, maximum 4 hours for the family of 4 to cook for the entire week. Actually, I remember when I was working a lot, I didn't have time to cook at some point. I remember hiring one French macrobiotic chef in Miami to cook for me on Saturdays so that we could eat for the whole week. yeah, she would do something like this also, just put all things together, and she would write for us. Monday, this, get this box out. Tuesday, get this box out. Wednesday, this box. So do something like that. And you have fantastic meals throughout the week. Any questions, Dr. Srinivas, from you?
Oh,
or
wonderful.
from anyone? Okay.
No, there is no more question. I met you three years back, and the first meeting itself, I was so impressed. So there is no reason for all these things. I can imagine your depth of knowledge, not only the depth of knowledge, but with the ability to translate and show us right in front of our eyes.
How simple it is, right? How simple it is to make deliciously healthy meals every day.
The only thing I can say is Hyderabad is known for medicines, pharma industry. And they supply it world over. If at all the world wants to be healthy, now Sridevi Pharma from Hyderabad can do that.
Lovely, absolutely. Yeah, this plant pharma needs to be everywhere. We need to export, and yeah, along with those snacks that we have, Dr. Srinivas, you know, I mean, our moringa spice pumpkin seeds, we would put it over these meals. As a matter of fact, I just came back from Dubai Expo. So I took my snacks with me, moringa spice pumpkin seeds and some bars and almonds and stuff. It's such a joy to get it out of your bag and put it on your meals, whatever you're eating there, and just making your meals that much more nutritious, and or just having it as snacks. So yeah, keep your snacks, healthy snacks handy, and do the meal prep, and there you go. And if any of you want to try out our snacks, you can order it online. Actually, I know shipping might take a little bit, but if you come together and order as one batch, I think shipping's not going to be so bad. We can manage.